So there's this movie called The Invisible Sign. And it stars Jessica Alba. And it's about this young woman who is trailing through adulthood without a map. I mean, basically that's what adulthood is, without a map. But she has zero guidance, and she loves math, and she loves numbers. So she uses numbers and math to kind of help her, get through her adventure on her own and things like that. But as I was watching the movie, it's a sad movie. And on top of that, it's very appalling. And oh my God, what's really appalling is that none of the adults, from her parents to the parents of the children, to even the aunt of one of the children, no one wants to take accountability. No one wants to take responsibility. No one. The mother, so basically in the story, I can't remember. I know her last name's Gray. I can't remember her name was, but basically she loved numbers. And the reason why she loved numbers was because of her father. Her father was, I believe, a mathematician. So she spent a lot of time with her dad. Unfortunately, something happened with her father. Something happened with the mind, like he had a psychotic break or a fracture in his psyche. Something happened. And so basically, she asked the mom, what is this? What's happening? Because obviously she sees that, something's not right. Her father's not the same anymore. The mother, instead of being the responsible adult and being a mother and saying, sweetie, I can't say for sure because we don't know. The doctors are trying to figure that out. Basically, your father, something's up here, something cracked up here in his mind. So your father isn't gonna be the same person as you once knew. But I can assure you everything's gonna be alright and we're gonna get through this and we're gonna go from there. No. Instead of being a responsible adult, she goes, it's nothing, it's nothing, covering up the table. And obviously it's something. My father, if that happened to me, I'm like, how can you say it's nothing? My father is a shell of himself. What the hell is this? You cannot sit there and fucking tell me that there's nothing happening when clearly there's something is. And because of that sort of trauma where it could have at least taken 5 minutes to go, this is what's going on, this is what's happening, this is what we know. The doctors are trying to figure out what it is and why it happened, go from there. But no. So because of that, the little girl kind of quits, kind of just whatever, shuts down. And then gets older. The father also doesn't want to accept the fact that there is something, that he does have this, issue and he doesn't want to deal with it. He's trying to act like it's okay. I'm still the same. Here, let's try this, let's try that, instead of doing what the doctors are telling him to do. So that's also his fault to accountability. Also putting it under the rug, acting like, oh, everything's fine when it's not. Then the mother has the gall to kick her daughter out. Now, mind you, the mother did not take the time to teach her daughter, who's now a grown-ass woman, what to do. Like, in adult, you're supposed to learn, at least by now, as you're an adult, I'm an adult, you have responsibilities. You need a job. You need a place to live. You need food. You need to get money. You need to work money to pay the bills, to pay for food, just things like that. She just kicks her out. And when she's kicking me out, she goes, you don't have a job, and you have no friends. Excuse me, you just kicked her out without even giving her warning? Seriously? You fucked up. You as a mother fucked up big time. Let's get one straight here. You fucked up. Instead of acting like everything's all hunky-dory, why didn't you take responsibility, woman up, and be a parent and teach your child, hey, this is what you need to do, this and that. Hey, if you're going to live here, you need to get a job. You need to get off your ass and get a job and pay bills. If you're not, then you need to go. That's different. Just abruptly kicks her out. Seriously. Then the mother has the gall to to put her in a job in the elementary school. Mind you, her daughter basically said, Mom, I don't have a teaching degree. I only did like 3 years. I don't have a teaching degree. And the mom was like, oh, well, she owes me a favor, blah, blah, blah. You're fine. Are you fucking serious? She can go to jail for that. That's like impersonating the teacher or, something like that. She can go to jail. And it's just like so many adults and things like that. There's one adult, oh my gosh, she pissed me the fuck off. Okay. I can't remember the girl's name. It was a little girl. And apparently her mother was dying of cancer. And I think it was in her eye or something. It was cancer within the eye. So the little girl had to live with the aunt. So during open house or parent teaching conference, the aunt comes in and sees, Gray. Sees Miss Gray. And she's like saying, oh, my niece talks about you all the time. And Gray says, oh, yeah, how is she? Her mom is, in the hospital and she's got cancer, is she okay? And she goes, why does everyone talk about her? Why can't anyone ask me how I'm doing? I have to sacrifice my retail license to take care of her. Are you fucking serious? You can get your retail license at any time. You just have another priority to have. You don't ever put that on a child. And if that, if that bugs you so much, that's your sister's daughter. That's your sister. If that bugs you so much, why didn't you say, hey, sis, I don't think this is a good idea to have her with me. I don't think it's a good idea to have her, I feel like I'm unfit. I don't think I'm a good choice, blah, blah, blah. Instead of saying, yeah, I'll take care of her, sis. And then being a hypocrite about it. That's bullshit. That is so fucking bullshit. I don't give a fuck. Not only that, let's say the judge signed over, because obviously, custody had to be documented and had to be signed over. If she felt the way she felt, she could have told the judge, hey, judge, your honor, I don't feel like I'm a good fit for this. What would happen if I said no? If I felt like, yeah, it's not a good environment for her to be in. What are the other options? And she could choose. And the reason why this movie is appalling and so sad is that this is shit that happens in real life. No one wants to take accountability. No one wants to be an adult. And no one wants to take the time to help guide people, be parents, stuff like that. This woman who had zero guidance, had zero navigation skills in adulthood, basically had to go through adulthood on her own. There's one scene where she talks to her dad, and seeing her dad doesn't want to man up, be an adult, and do what he has to do. She goes, I can't hang around with you no more. I gotta do me now. I gotta be an adult now. If you're not gonna be an adult and be an example, I might as well be my own example. Not only that, the mom has the gall to even blame her and go, why are you encouraging this, enabling him, blah, blah, blah. Excuse me, you're enabling him staying there and putting everything under the rug instead of getting up and say, honey, you need to go get help. I don't care. Either you get help or I want a divorce. I'm done playing this game. Sometimes an ultimatum, although, yeah, it's not always a good idea, but sometimes it's enough to tell a person, hey, I've tolerated enough bullshit. You need to do your part because I'm done. And the movie is just so sad. It's a sad movie. And at the end, from her, she took down her own self-destructive coping mechanisms. She got rid of it. She did. And not only that, it's sad. It's like mixed emotions about this. It's sad and yet, it's sad and appalling and, nice and sweet. So it's sad because the aunt comes out and says, well, I didn't want her. I don't want her, and I know that's wrong. Fuck you, bitch. Sorry, but it's true. If you did not want to take care of this girl, you could have just said, hey, I don't want to take care of this girl. I don't want her. And, and you're her aunt. You're basically her only family. And for you to say, I don't want her, and give her to a stranger. She gives her to a stranger. Yes, it's sweet that, okay, you know what? I want her. You don't want her? I want her. I'll take care of her. I'll be an adult. I'll be the adult that you should have been. And it's sweet, but it's sad because this is a stranger. This is a mere stranger. This is not family. This is not nothing. This is a stranger. You don't know who this person is. You don't know what they're capable of. You don't know there's something wrong up here. You don't know if they're messed up, sick people. I'm like, what the fuck? It's a sad movie. Good movie. It's sad, but it's also appalling because it's just like none of the adults who are adults, who know how to navigate through adulthood, want to be adults, want to take accountability, want to be responsible. And this woman who has zero navigation in adulthood, doesn't know the first thing about being an adult, said, you know what? Let me back it up. Let me be responsible. Let me take accountability for my actions. She did it. What does that tell you? That she's brilliant but lazy. Brilliant because she knows how to, go through what she needs to go through to, have it navigate, have an idea. But to go through with it, she actually beats the laziness on her own. So The Invisible Sign, a good movie, but it's sad because it really, although it's like metaphorical, it really symbolizes the crap that happens in real life, because it is true. Adults and parents and things like that, people don't want to take accountability or take responsibility for their actions. And they're adults. Sad but true.